And hello everyone, welcome to another Benuel Summit video. And today I'm going to be just landing every plane nice and quickly for you, just to see how it's supposed to, in theory, land. I'm only going to record it in one block though, so hopefully I won't make a mess of any of these planes. So I'm going to work my way through. I've also got a bit of a, it's kind of like a statement at the end, because I know there's been a little bit of controversy apparently in regards to my channel, which to be honest I hadn't noticed. But apparently it's a big deal, so I'm going to talk about it. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, first up is the Piper Carb. Let's see how I can do with it this afternoon. I'm using London's Stansted Airport for my landings today. As you can see, it's nice and slow, and with the Piper Cub, just dropping it down onto the runway. I chose this one because it's a nice long runway. It's not a big deal. But we should be fine here. The most difficult bit about this is trying to get the feet per minute in a reasonable number. Under 100 is very, very difficult, apparently. Which I have actually managed to achieve before when I was practicing for my 300 subscribers special, believe it or not, if you remember that. We'll try and land everything as fast as we possibly can. No wind as of yet, that's all I can see, or it's not a big deal. Remembering that the Piper is a tail dragger. So it's you want to be dead flat when you're coming in for a landing. No sort of front gear second landing. It's the front gear first. As you know, I'm not exactly experienced with the tail draggers, but we'll have a go. I left that a bit late, apparently. I was going to do this on Microsoft Flight Sim, by the way, but it's proving to be a little bit annoying with this update from about a week ago, actually, so I'll try and get that sorted. Ooh, that's a little bit bouncy. Ah, I have a feeling this might be a little bit of a long landing. Stay down, thank you, there we go. Quick replay, I'm not going to take long over this, I'm going to go right up here. Taking an age. Oh, I didn't actually go down the first time, which would explain a little bit of the bounce. And then I kind of just fell out of the sky by that point. And okay then, let's go to the next plane. It's going to be the Cessna 172. Runway 23 again. And it's another small plane, which I always find better to do in the cockpit view. My little tip. I don't know why I completely abandoned the controls for that and just sat watching it, but it's still recoverable. As always with every plane apart from the 737, the flaps are just useless. So, and the A380 actually, the A380, the flaps are quite useful. Maybe the 787-9 as well. Although I am quite fast. Maybe let's bring some flaps down then, actually. And a little bit more visibility on this one. And we can do rear gear as well, which is always a nice little touch. I'm just keeping it with just enough throttle to get onto the runway. Obviously, we've got plenty of runway here at Stansted for a Cessna 172, so should be fine. Throttle idle. Good job. Good landing, I think. I mean, it wasn't obviously the best in the world, but it was certainly acceptable. Yeah, that's good. Good landing. Next up is the Alpha Jets. So finally a bit of speed into this equation today then in the fighter jets. I haven't really tried with the flaps up or down, but apparently this is the only plane that you can actually gain, I think it's lose altitude with the flaps down at full power or something daft. Or maybe it's the other way around, gain altitude with the flaps down at idle or something. It's ridiculous. The physics aren't quite perfect. I'm not familiar with this one so much. It's a little bit of a new plane to me. So I'm not really sure how to land it as such. Considering this is a fighter, I'm worried. Ooh, that's not enough speed. See, not very used to this plane. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. I don't have a clue. That landing explains all. 737, pretty self-explanatory, hopefully. I've been having a bit of an few off days with the 737 recently, but let's see how we can do. About 40% throttle, just making sure we're just a tad under that 175 mark. Easing it down. Good, that was good landing. For a change, makes a change. No centre line, but didn't go idle though. But still, even still, that was a good landing. Aye. The Phenom. Almost the unbutterable Phenom. I'm actually going to put the flaps down and then immediately back up. Gear her down, obviously. We've got enough speed by that point. And easing it down. It's a little difficult to see where the runway is because of the camera angle on this one. Just the way that the plane is built. No flaps, as you can see. Smooth as you like. Now we can put the flaps down, almost using them as spoilers, really. Easing that nose gear down. As you can see, that was a pretty effective landing. And it's the Twinny. We love the Twinny here on Benuel Summit, don't we? It's known for being a nice, easy butter. For some reason, this is another cockpit landing. So let's try it. Flaps are down. Just losing that speed, that's why. If you're thinking that a DHC6 is a bit out of place at an airport like Stansted, well, I mean, it's not exactly Stansted Airport, but meanwhile up at Glasgow Airport in Scotland, you'll have the Havilland Cannons flying to places like Barra, for example, the beach airport in Scotland. So obviously they do get used at bigger airports, but maybe not so much at Stansted. It's more of a hub for Ryanair, EasyJet, and a little bit for British Airways City Flyer as well. I'm going to bring up the flaps again. As we see, we're gaining that bit of speed now. I think that was alright. Did we go down? No. That wasn't so good then. That was a runway blip. I'm going to continue through then, fighting Falcon. That's one that a lot of people have been desperate to see me butter, I'll tell you now. So I'm putting our flaps down and straight back up again. Throttle should be idle by this point, and that's more just me getting control than anything. Hopefully I can achieve it. I did it yesterday at Key West, the day before yesterday at Key West actually, so let's see if I can replicate that here at London Stansted. No, go away. Using a tiny bit of spoilers. That is by F-16 standard landing, that is pretty good. And pit special, I really don't have time to land a pit special here, to be honest, but look at that, that's painful. For reasons known as it's going to take about half an hour to even get to the runway, I'm going to go full throttle. Anyway, apparently I can, oh yes, I forgot about that. Easing off on the throttle again, just as we're coming in for a final approach. Actually, you know what, we're not even close enough. Let's go full throttle again. I know this is kind of a long video, by the way, everyone, so actually we're going to skip the pit special, seeing as I think it's one of the least flown aircraft in the world. A380, then. Really? Respawning in at 500 knots. Okay, that's wonderful. Slow. Slow it down. I don't know why it spawns in at 500 knots, but that could make this interesting for a landing, considering its landing speed is supposed to be about 135. We're going to attempt it anyway. I've got spoilers and flaps to the max. Wow, that was pretty nice. A little bit too fast, as you can see, but that was pretty good considering. We're not going to land that. We've already done a tail dragger. Let's do the McDonald's. I'm just going to do the bigger airliners now, and the ones that have flown slightly more. For some reason the flaps on this are really messed up, but a McDonnell Douglas is actually not as uncommon as you think over here in the UK. You do get them flying over to Stansted occasionally, sometimes on the route between Memphis and Stansted as FedEx Flight 2. Obviously FedEx having a bit of a cargo base here in London's Stansted Airport. An interesting plane to land. Oh. That wasn't great, but it wasn't too shabby either. Centerline was alright as well. Sukhoi. Whoa, I forgot about that. There's no spoilers and you're going to crash, basically, is what's going to happen if you attempt to land that one. You can attempt it. No, no, no. That's the touch and go. How about that? There we go. Touch and go, touch and go. Do it. There we go. Touch and go. That was as good as it's going to get there, mainly because I'm on mouse control, apparently. Moving. Sorry, moving swiftly on. Concorde. Nose is going down, as are the gear. Difficult one to land this on GFS now. Used to be alright. Used to be doable. Now it takes a little bit of finesse. And luck, to be honest. Remember that it's a very fast plane in general, so you need to be that bit faster, but maybe not quite that fast. Maybe not that fast. Oh, that was pretty good though, considering. If I had actually got that down the first time, I would have been quite happy with that. Give it a bit of reverse thrust now to slow it down. As you can imagine, it needs quite a lot of runway. Only at 100 knots now, we're almost 100% of the way down the runway. But we'll be fine. I won't bore you with us coming to a stop. We're going to move on to a couple of other planes. We'll do the... No, we'll do one more. We'll do the 789er and then head out, I think. Gear and flaps are going down. Just, you know, imagine you just finished a long haul. The last thing you want to do is mess up a landing. So, good job I haven't. Making sure it's about the... That's a bit slow, actually. Giving it a little bit more. Ooh, please, no. I've made a complete mess of that. And on that bombshell, it's time to do that huge grade announcement thing. Basically, apparently I said something that people don't like. So, my view on it is, I'm entitled to my own opinion. I've checked the YouTube terms of service, and there is nothing I've actually done wrong on YouTube that can warrant me having a channel shut, you know, my account termination, as some people are suggesting. I think it's a bit extreme. If you don't like my opinion, then just ignore it. This is my advice for you. But you know, there's certainly loads that I don't agree with. So I don't see why. I mean, fair enough. I'm kind of, you know, a little bit in the spotlight of the GFS community. That's not to brag, but it's just how it appears to be. You'd have to admit that 450 subscribers from one game, that's a pretty good stat, to be honest. So that's a pretty big chunk of the community. So if you have something against me, don't stay. Is my advice. I'd rather I'd rather people watch videos because they either want to watch the content or respect me, preferably both. But if you didn't like what I said, then I'm sorry, but there's actually nothing wrong with what I said as such, in my opinion. And YouTube certainly won't agree with you if you're claiming that my account should be terminated. So I apologise again, as I say, but we're going to crash. There's nothing wrong with what I did, basically. In my opinion. I was just stating my own opinion. I maybe came across a bit abrupt, but that's what it was meant to be, at least. So, you know. I apologise. As there's another thing as well. People have been calling me racist, homophobic, and all the rest of it. Doo-da-da. I'm none of the above. I don't, you know, I have my own opinion, but it's not what, you know, I don't have any reason to share it. And to be honest, it's personal. So, yeah, let's do a buzz of Stansted Tower. I'll get Ryanair. I'd be really happy about this. Whee! Ooh. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry, it's a bit of a long video, I think. And I'll see you tomorrow for a stream on something. I don't even know what we're streaming on. I think is it GFS, I think? Yeah, GFS again. And I'll try and get Microsoft Flight Sim sorted as well. Apologies for that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you very soon.